morning, YouTube. Here with you on this Wednesday evening. I've been messing around with this split screen so long I done forgot what I was doing here in the shop. Had a lot of fun with that, and I may do one more video on it, not for the actual split screen, but to show how the crop tool can also be used to do the same thing and adjust the screen more proportionately on one side or the other, to where if your subject on one of your videos goes over the 50% line, you can compensate that with the crop tool. Now, both Bill and Tommy have said that they tried to do that, but they couldn't do it. But I think on the video that Bill showed, I think he had already implemented the split screen, and once you use the split screen, you can't use the crop tool to fix that. You either have to get rid of the split screen and then try to use the crop tool, or just redo it. But for split screen, you need your subjects on half of the screen, not to go over that 50% line. That's the only caveat on that when you make your videos. You just have to remember that. Now, the one I did with the two monitors, that was a way of getting around that, because you know, you got your two videos here separately, and you can do anything you want basically, because they're not going to ever cross because they're not together. So that's another way of doing the split screen. So anywho, what I'm here to do now is to work on this, and I'm going to drill this out. And I think when I do that, if I can get it to go all the way through, I think maybe I can put a bolt in here and start using this on this chair that I'm on. I like the height of it, because you guys can see I'm up here higher than I was, and that's a good thing. Now, there's a couple other things I'm going to show also on the other camera when I get it set up, but for now, that ought to set it up pretty good, and I'll come back after I'm done and close this out. So hang in there. Alright, what you see here is the tube tester back in place. Had all the screws except for two, one for here and one for up here. I had a little accident and lost a couple. The one on top didn't fit anyway, it was loose, it was stripped out, so that just leaves one I need, and then I was going to replace that top one with a bigger one. So maybe I'll just put two bigger ones in these and then be done with it. So that's all I have to do, though. It's all done except for that. I don't have it plugged in, but I do have the cord ran. So I'm hoping it will be long enough to get over to where it's got to get. If not, we'll figure out something. I just wanted to make sure that you guys seen that the bench was free of the what is this? Oh, tube tester. I've got that music playing. I'm sorry. That's part of the hum. Every once in a while we get a song like that, so I really wasn't worried a lot about copyright on this one, so you never can tell though. So, alright, this is, like I said, done, and we'll be bringing you back here shortly after we get something else on the bench. Hang in there. Alright, back here on the bench, and as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to try to drill this out. Right now, I wanted to show you that the white tie down, whatever you want to call that thing, that I used in the on the tube tester, I got from here. It's the only one I had, but since then I have gotten these in the mail, 100 of these black ones. They're basically the same thing, and they're just black instead of white, but other than that, that's been redone. Now it's all back to normal. So I just wanted to show that, and like I said, show the packet that I got in the mail, which is nice. So I'll have those now, and there's the description of them. 1/4 inch black R-type nylon 66 cable clamps, 100. So that's what I've got, and I think those were like $7 something on eBay shipped. So those are here. Let's see, what else is there. I guess the only thing else I got to do is work on this. Now this I'm going to do on the ground. I don't know if there's any pressure left in this at all, because, you know, for one thing, it's all the way out, and you know, it should be the least pressure, if there is any pressure, which, you know, I don't think there's really a lot of pressure to begin with, but I think it's just basically an air type thing where you press down on it. I can't even do it with my hands, but I think you can maybe press down that way. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, see, there's just not a lot of pressure on that. So, anywho, that was the demonstration of that. But I'm going to take my drill and drill that rivet out, and I'm not really even sure what that's there for, but that's a good way of starting the hole, because there's just no way of getting a hole to start there unless you got a good punch, and that's pretty hard stuff. So that's what we'll try to do, drill this out and see if I can get to go all the way through, at least into this, and then I can put a screw in there and maybe hold that up. So that's what we're going to try, so hang in there. Making videos. Alright, well, I got the rivet drilled out. Got that done. That's how far the hole goes down in there. So it does go into the shiny part. I don't think I'm making any penetration on this at all. I've been drilling quite a while, and it's not really, you know, not really there's anything you can see in there. So like I said, I may have to switch to my electric drill. The battery operated one works, but it doesn't seem to have the power that the electric drill would have. And so I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll bring you back if I get through this, and we'll see how it turns out. But for now, combined with the, oh yeah, I do want to put the other two screws into the tube tester, and I'll make that finish this video out. So just getting things done here on the bench, so we'll be back in a bit. Alright, there's the last two. There's one right there. Then I put one up here. Both of them are in there good and tight. Naturally, they're Phillips head, and the rest of them are flathead, but that's, you know, I shouldn't have to take this apart for a while. Even if I do, surely I can find a a Phillips head and a flathead screwdriver to do the job. So that ought to wind this up with the getting the tube tester back in. It is completely done. It is like it's supposed to be, and I'm happy with it. And we'll get to try it out next time we have some tubes to test. Still haven't plugged it in, but that's just a matter of running the plug over there to the outlet, and that'll be done. So, alright, that's going to do this video. Get back to the closing and we'll be done. Alright, now you've seen all my little projects that I'm catching up here with. I want to get the condenser checker up here. I want to get these little things wiped out first, and still going to be working on this. If I get any more progress, I'll bring you back and show you that, but for now we'll just move on to something else. So, alright, appreciate you guys watching, and have a good rest of the day, and like I said, we appreciate you watching. We will see ya.
That's all, folks.